Big City Greens, the movie, Spacecation. This film is basically about the Green family going to space to have their family vacation be in space. And by that I mean Cricket basically just tricks them into going into space. Okay. I didn't do a review to the trailer, or I guess a reaction, first impressions, whatever you want to call those, really. I did watch it, like, a month ago, 2 months ago. I don't remember whenever it was actually, released, the teaser, that is. But I did watch it. I thought it looked interesting. It had this, kind of interesting vibe to the trailer. And, this movie was certainly interesting. I would say, and I mean this in, the nicest way possible, I would say the first half of this is probably the weakest part of it. That's not to say that it's bad. I'm not saying that at all. I think it's fine. It's Big City Greens. It's funny. The writing's there. I love the songs at the very beginning of the film. This movie is a good example of what a musical should be. Whenever you look at the Loud House movie, which is, I'm going to be comparing it a lot to that because it's the only other, I guess, animated related movie I've really seen on the channel that's of a cartoon. When I basically looked at that film, I kind of came to the conclusion that the songs in that were just kind of okay. They were just kind of there. I think the reason why is because of how many songs there were. However, in this film, in the Big City Greens movie, every single song has its place. Every single song is there for a good reason, not just for the story, but also because it's good. It's catchy. It's interesting. Especially Gwendolyn. I think Gwendolyn had one that was really good. This is a terrible analogy, but it kind of reminded me of a James Bond-esque type thing. It had that vibe to it. I don't know what else you would describe it as. Noir, I guess, maybe. Noir. Basically, before I jump around too much, I think the first part of this is great. The second part of this, the basically from the middle point on, basically, is easily the best part of this film. Easily. 100%. Easily. I don't know if Gwendolyn's in the second half or in the first. I think it might be in the second half as well, but I could be wrong. I just kind of watched the movie, so I'm just kind of trying to piece everything together, give you my raw reaction and my raw review of the actual movie right after I finished it. But there is one specific song that I remember from this, and I'll probably remember for a little bit. It is, of course, the song right around the part after the massive explosion that basically separates all of the Green family in space. It's, of course, a Cricket and Bill duet, although there's the other members of the Green family also come in at some points. That was such a good song. Oh my god, that was such a good song. Even the visuals of that song too were incredible. This movie did good. It did good with the visuals and the quality of it. Something that from the trailer, whenever it got released, I kind of was under the assumption that it was just gonna be basically what you would see with the actual episodes. And it kind of was. There was a few parts where they added a few shadows and a few little glares. I think that's fine though. But as long as we have these awesome shots like we did for the song, or we did for this movie and certain parts of it that just kind of needed it a little bit more to emphasize whatever was going on or just to look cool, Let me think. Writing was good. Jokes were funny. Amazingly funny. Really, really funny. It's Big City Greens. Of course, we're gonna have a few of those really good jokes. The narrator at the very beginning and the end of the film. Oh, that was good. That was good. Let me think. The subtle references, the subtle and not so subtle references of the fact that this is a movie. That was kind of dumb, but it was kind of funny. It's almost cinematic. Or something like that. I don't remember what he said. He might have said it feels so cinematic. Oh, the team up with Nancy and Gloria was nice. I'm shocked that they've never done anything together. I could have sworn they have in like 1 or 2 episodes, but man, that's like a perfect pairing right there. So that was cool to see those parts. And even the Remy bits with like his family on the on the space hotel. And especially at the very beginning of the film where like like Cricket's like, oh man, who can afford that? And Remy's like, hey. There was emotional parts in this film. The whole thing with Cricket lashing out at his father, which was super just like, whoa. Like I don't think I've really ever seen that before. Like ever, which was so crazy. That was just done so beautifully. So good. It was like the turning point of this entire film. So good. Of course, I mentioned the song. The song was very emotional. That was like the duet between them with the other members of the Green family coming in every once in a while. And even the part with Cricket trying to do the tractor beam to try and give it more power to stop the asteroid coming into Big City. Him and his father have like this little heart-to-heart discussion. It was like the emotional level of this movie was great. It was so great. I think it a good way of describing it is like it was there, but it wasn't there for too long. I think it was spread out enough to where I'm like, that's really good. Like that's really solid. I like that. The near misses of Cricket about to be like flung out into space with all the trash coming in, and you have his father heroically coming in trying to save him. That was just, I don't know, man. It was just great. I love this. It was great. I could go on and on and on and on and on. There's a bunch of things I could think of from this film. Funny jokes and just good moments like that. I would definitely say the, like, beginning half is kind of like your standard Big Sea Green stuff. And then the second half is really whenever the real movie kind of kicks off. I would say definitely. But as it stands, as a whole, it's a great film. A great film. I thoroughly enjoyed watching this. I really enjoyed watching this. It was awesome. Really good, too, for something that technically aired first on Disney Channel. I had it recorded. I'm currently I'm looking at my phone's clock, and it says it's 1 a.m. So that tells you what time I got done watching this. Because I recorded on Disney Channel, and I watched it as soon as it was finished. So I was hoping that wasn't going to be one of those, like, TV movie type things. It still kind of has that feel, somewhat. But it isn't bad or anything like that. It's not, like, mediocre or average. It's not like that at all. It's really good. I hope this means that maybe we might see more of these in the future. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Anyways, guys, before I ramble on for far too long, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Awesome. Great film. Big Sea Greens. This movie, I've been waiting for it. We've been waiting for it, all of us Big Sea Greens fans, for about 2 years. I want to say it's been about 2, maybe 3. I think around the time season 3 was announced, that was whenever we kind of got the first confirmation that yes, it's happening. A movie is happening. I think worth the wait. Great film, and it turned out as good as I thought it was going to be, really. Really good. So guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and yeah, I'll go and see you guys soon. Take care, everybody.